What's going on, guys? This is Tony Cini's Gaming Corner, and today we're going to be talking about the Wrestlemania Arcade Game, how they made it back in the day, and how it compares to how we make today's wrestling games. As you know, we love sharing our wrestling code journey with you guys, showing you the motion capture, the behind the scenes, and all that fun stuff. But you know, we're not actually the first game to do that. Back in the day, when the Wrestlemania Arcade Game was coming out, they actually featured Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker in some behind-the-scenes extra footage just for the fans to see how the making of the game was going. And it's a lot different, let me tell you that. But also, quite a few similarities, to be honest. I have a screen right over here off the camera, and I'm going to be taking a look at these videos and analyzing them live with you guys right here. So let's take a look. Looks like we're starting off with The Undertaker hitting a couple ground attacks. Now that's something that we have experience with, but we try to sometimes have somebody there, such as myself, to take the moves so that we can have a live reaction with it. If I had to guess, this game probably filmed the reactions separately, which we actually see later in this video. But for now, it's kind of funny to see because when they do the moves, when The Undertaker's doing these moves, he's going to do the move, and then he just kind of sits up, flips his hair back, and he doesn't have to pop right up. In the wrestling code, after we hit those ground attacks, or even regular strikes, or pretty much anything for that matter, we want to go right back to our fighting stance to make sure that everything flows really nicely for in-game play. Now this is very interesting because we have here The Undertaker executing a suplex. Now, it's kind of funny because he's not doing it to anybody. Obviously, to have somebody there to suplex, it makes it a lot easier. So, kudos to The Undertaker for having to do that. I'm sure it's kind of difficult. I also just found some clips of Yokozuna executing a belly-to-belly suplex to nobody, and also getting smashed in the back some way. And I figured these clips were just worth noting since I didn't note them originally. Now let's take a look at the Shawn Michaels clip.
Lucky you got the Heartbreak Kid. Now you're going to be breaking bones and breaking hearts.
So to start off the video, we have HBK inside of the booth. It looks like filming some voiceover work. Now it's pretty interesting because there's a lot of technology involved in that, and there's also a lot of technology that we try to use with the wrestling code. For instance, when I did my promo for the tech demo for the wrestling code in the GTS arena, I was in a very secluded area, and I had a very high-tech microphone right in front of me filming all that stuff. So that was one thing, but then separately, I had to have a whole headset on my head with a camera right directly in front of my face, looking at the camera and filming these promos. It was actually a very interesting situation because I was connected to a computer. So I'm right here, I'm connected to a computer, I got my headset on, and I'm trying to do the promo. It's very interesting stuff. Let's see what else we got. Now it looks like we have HBK executing a neck breaker, just like The Undertaker did on nobody, which is interesting. But also, I realized that after that, HBK did stand up into a fighting position. I'm not sure if that was just because he was doing that, or if it was for the game itself, but I did notice that, so I just wanted to take note. And it looks like they have him setting up to also take the move, which is interesting. So I guess that they have, maybe not everybody, but some of the people do and take the move. Now in The Undertaker's case, I'm not really sure how he would simulate himself doing a stalling suplex, being on the receiving end of it. But that being said, in the case of a neck breaker, it's a lot easier to just kind of turn yourself over and take the bump. So that's pretty interesting to see how they put that together. So it looks like we have Shawn Michaels starting in that fighting position and then selling a chokehold. Now he's using a lot of expression while selling the chokehold. That's what you want to do, especially in a video game. You want everything to be super expressive with your body. And it's funny because right afterwards he goes over and sees how it looks on the screen. We do that a lot, you know what I mean? It's exciting to see your character move and to see the way that your character moves. Now in this case, they're actually filming this stuff on a blue screen as opposed to, you know, us with our X-Sense sensors on and everything. They're filming this in front of the blue screen and filming it in actual video and then transferring it onto the game, which is really interesting also, but a lot different than how we do it now. But it is cool to see that even Shawn Michaels is interested to see how he did. So in conclusion, I'd have to say that there's a lot of similarities to the way that they used to make video games back in the day. I mean, they're really just capturing the real person, just like the wrestling code's trying to do. We're trying to capture the real person and make it the realest wrestling game on the market. But even though there's a lot of similarities, I'd have to say that the Wrestling Code is doing it the right way. We're trying to make things new. We're trying to make things different. We're trying to make this the best wrestling game that you've ever seen. So please follow the journey of the Wrestling Code. Follow Virtual Basement on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And follow myself, Tony Cini, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter as well, as you can follow all of our awesome trips and journeys and motion capture for the Wrestling Code. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. And if you like it, give it a thumbs up, share it, subscribe, all that good stuff. And don't forget to follow the Wrestling Code journey. Thank you so much for watching Tony Cini's Gaming Corner.